Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Nikki from Storybook Tarot, and I am here today to do another deck review and first impressions and things like that. So if you are new to my channel, hi, welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming back to watch this deck review on the Pure Magic Oracle by Engracia. So I saw this, where did I see this? I didn't see it on YouTube. Maybe I just saw it when I was like tarot shopping, oracle shopping, things like that. And the cover of the box like instantly grabbed me. I have a couple decks in my collection that I use all the time, and they spoke to me very similarly, where I saw the cover and was immediately like drawn to the deck, didn't even know what it looked like yet. So here we have a, open deck, right? Beautiful on the inside. There's a description on the back. There is a foreword inside the guidebook, and it's by Judica Ills, and she has done the Encyclopedia 5,000 Spells, and what was the other one? The Practical Guide to Magic. Oh, the Big Book of Practical Spells. So if you are into any type of witchery, then you might know both of those books. If not, you can check them out at your local bookstore or online and look at the reviews. I do not have the Encyclopedia of 5,000 Spells, but I do have a pocket version of the Big Book of Practical Spells. And why I couldn't remember the name of it, I have no idea, but that's not the point. The point is this deck right here. So we have the open closure. It's got the cuts in it so that it's very easy to open. It is by RockPool. RockPool puts out some great decks. I can't remember how much this was. If you know me, I don't generally keep receipts. Say like $18.99. I think that's what it was. It was like $19. I don't know if it's on the back of the box or not. No, it's not. Yeah, but it's not super pricey. I will say this, from what I looked at in the guidebook, I think this is going to be a deck that is beneficial for anybody who is practicing earthbound tradition. And that could be whether you follow an actual like mapped out spiritual or religious path. You could use these cards along with whatever, book of worship you follow, or you can use them just out in your general daily practice. This is a non-discriminating deck because it's not geared towards anything like conventional or technological or any of that kind of stuff. It literally gets to the meat and potatoes of what would be almost like civilization building kind of themes. So take out the guidebook, put this right here. There is an app that you can get. It's RockPool. So you can download the Oracle cards from RockPool. This comes inside the box. I'm going to put that off to the side. Actually, let's put that in the top of the box. Put the top of the box over here. There's the bottom of the box. And slide off the little plastic. I wanted to do a first impressions with you with the deck. So I looked at the guidebook, but I haven't flipped through the cards. I just pulled the little plastic wrap off. And here we go. Okay, so there's the guidebook. And this guidebook is a pocket-sized guidebook. Could fit in your purse, in your bag. It is 132 pages, 133 if you want to meet the author and the authoress or the illustrator. So, okay, so we've got this Pure Magic Oracle. I love the fact that the moon is represented as this purple color with almost like almost in the eclipse kind of form with the yellow behind it for the sun. And then you've got the raven. I love the raven. I just do. And so, yeah, so I'm going to slide these off to the side quickly. And let's take a look. Okay, so you get your contents. So you have your introduction, and you can read that on your own. And then it gives you the introduction. And then it breaks down. The cards are broken down into the actual suits of the tarot. So if you know anything about tarot, you have 4 suits in a tarot deck. So you have earth, air, fire, and water. Each one of those elements coordinating with one of the elements of the earth, and how our world is shaped by all 4 elements and how those elements affect each other. If you have a situation that's more of an earthly situation and you mix it with an air situation, you might end up having like, a dust storm, or If you have an earthbound situation, you're overly too emotional, emotions dealing with water, you might make mud. So it's kind of one of those ideas. So it breaks down everything into its specific element. As above, so below. Those that come from the earth go back to the earth, so on and so forth. It gives you an introduction that tells you about the creator and the intention behind why these cards are so significant. And then it gives you a section to prepare for your reading. So if you are into sacredly dedicating your cards, it'll give you a walkthrough with a consecration that you can use to actually use or to consecrate them and dedicate those cards. It gives you spreads. So you have a 4-card spread. Then you have an elemental body spread. I'm going to try this one. I can't wait to try this one. And then goes right into the different suits. So you have your earth cards, and then it'll give a brief background of the earth cards, and then it goes right into the cards. So it'll give you the picture of the card in beautiful color, and each section, just so that you are aware, each section is color coded. So if you are looking for a specific element and you don't want to have to flip through the whole guidebook or use the contents, you can just kind of pull it off to the side and you'll find it. So the earth is green. Then you have air, and that is the blue. Then you get the pink for fire, like a pinky orange. And then you get the darker blue purple for water. And the pictures themselves of the cards are colored inside the guidebook. So it's beautiful. It just makes the reading experience a little bit better. It gives you the number of the card, what the title of the card is, its the keywords, and then talks to you about the background of the card, the wisdom of the card. It gives you a magical hint. So are you, if you're into the magical side of the oracle, then it'll give you a pure magic spell that you can do if spell work is your jam. If it's not, and you use these more for self-exploration, self-reflection, maybe psychological things, you're trying to explore your own psyche. If you're working with this in conjunction with, say, a book, a religious book of some sorts, whether it be, the Tarot, the Bible. I know people look at me and go, what the heck are you talking about? Why would you mix cards like that? Cards with the Bible. I do it all the time. It actually helps my own personal practice, and it helps me gain better insight into, the spiritual practice that I prefer on a daily or nightly basis. And then we go through the rest of them. So that's basically how the entire book is set up. And so far from what I've read through a couple pages of the earth cards. I think I'm going to really like the guidebook itself. This is one that you can use as an actual teaching tool. You can keep it with you, use the guidebook in your own exploration, and it's specific enough to give you details about the card and the backstory of the card, but it's general enough, or vague enough, if you will, let me quote that word, vague enough, that it's going to help you explore other themes, synonym-based words, so on and so forth. All right, so we're going to put the guidebook off to the side, and let's just take a look at these cards and see what we've got here. So our first one that I have here, oh, I flipped it. My fault. Let me go backwards. So beautiful backings, the ravens in all four corners. There's a representation of all of the elements. You get I'm thinking that these are more like the water droplets. You have your earth elements, air for the movement with the bird, and then fire for the backing color. And orange and purple are complementary colors, so that works for me. All right, so here we go. So we have the Ancestors card, dealing with family, survival, death, and worship. I just think that these are absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to go through every single card, but I do want to go through a couple in each suit. Ancient amulets, and I love that crystal necklace, and the paying attention to the moon, which in conjunction with tarot, you do also have the moon for the high priestess. You've got the dandelions and the clovers. I think that that's great. So you've got fortune, protection, skills, and possessions. Banyan blessings, security, the hermit, expansion, and stability. The sun shining down on Mother Earth. It looks almost like that there were rain clouds in the background. And so because of the rain and then the sun and it grows everything out, it's almost reminiscent or similar to the Empress card. Or we can even say the Emperor card, because then you have Mother Earth. Just like I said, there's really, it's not a tie together. That's not what I'm trying to do. But if I can find some similarities, I'm going to pull them out. On first inspection, I do really like these cards. I think I like the cardstock. It's like a cardboard cardstock. So once again, if you are someone who, like I said in my last deck review, if you like a sturdier cardstock that's not going to bend as easily, you might not be a fan of these. However, if you are someone who is not against deck modifications, you can always, you know, take a light piece of, what do you call it? Like contact paper if you wanted to, and you can smooth it over and, you know, kind of keep them protected if you wanted to do that. Or you can also laminate them. I don't know why you would want to thicken them up by laminating them, but hey, teach their own and you do you, boo. All right, gnomes. This is just going to be one of my favorite cards because I love little gnomes. I think that they're adorable. And yes, and that kind of looks like the door to the Hobbit. It looks like the Shire from Lord of the Rings. Just saying. Hecate's Path, the Cycle of Life, Night Magic, Crossroads, and Letting Go. This is a beautiful card. I can see this as like, you know, a tattoo. Just saying. That's giving me like all kinds of vibes. Really like that. A whole bunch. That looks like a candy corn. I know it's not. I know that's not what it's intended to be. It's supposed to be one of the elemental signs. Like a sigil of the elemental sign. However, it looks like a candy corn. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Herbal Craft. Hidden Familiars. Vervain Everlasting. Spellbound Soul, Alignment, Release, and Protection. Okay. And then you move into the air cards. So we have Earth, Air, Fire, and Water. It's a 36 card deck. Astral Travels, anything that would be considered airbound. So you get Songbirds, Levitation. All right, I don't know how many people are actually levitating, but I don't think that's what the intention was. Be like, we're not going to levitate ourselves off the ground. But it is bringing into that the meditation, the yoga positioning, so on and so forth. Sorry about that. I got cut off. Phone call from a doctor's office. Anyway, Coco, can you please stop? My dog is over on my bed, so I apologize if you can hear the Coco machine going because she's nuts right now. Full of anxiety, doesn't like change of seasons, and she's basically an anxiety-stricken mess, and she just keeps biting herself. Stop. Okay. Anyway, she's over here panting. I apologize. All right, so she's taking over this video. I'm sorry. I really, really do apologize, but she's my puppy. I don't know what to tell you. All right. So going back. So we have these air sign cards, and you got Mugwort Dream, the Sylph, Secret Seances. That's super pretty. I just love that. The imagery of that, you know, being able to like meditate on those that you've loved and asking for guidance and you know, putting out your intentions and your prayers and receiving those messages that, you know, come to us in all different forms, whether it be like, you know, the voice of a loved one that, you know, you hear in the back of your mind, or that feeling that you get where it's just warmth and kindness, or, you know, if you hear a song on the radio, or you see, you know, the divine numbers across a clock, whatever the case is, right at that specific moment. And I'm all about the number 5, so 5 is like my jam. Telekinesis. I love that. I think that's great. Mantra Medicine. There's something about chanting. Raising the Winds. Oh, and then we move into fire signs. They are kind of a slippy card deck. I'm going to see how they shuffle. The Jinn. Snakeskin. So information, secrets, body language, and senses. The Baraka. Drawing down the sun. I definitely need to draw down some sun. I am feeling the effects of the wintertime, and I'm not liking it. The Salamander. Voodoo Roots. Brigid. I could make this a picture and hang it on my daughter's wall. She's like obsessed with Brigid. The Burning Man. and pyrokinesis, debate, rage, revolution, and intention. I'm excited to explore this card a little bit more, because I'm getting down with that yin and yang idea and the masculine and the feminine energies and all like rolling around. Oops. It's very nice. I like that image. All right, and then the last group would be the water signs. So you have Belladonna Visions, Drawing Down the Moon, A Hollowed Heart, Florida Waters, Mirror Magic, Opening the Circle, Ocean's Muse. I am scared to death of jellyfish, but that is super pretty. Closing the Circle, and The Witch's Wounds. So remedies, magical magics, Sacred Heart, and Another Day. All right, so let's see how these babies shuffle, shall we? Oops, I put them upside down. I have no intentions of reading these in the reversals. I don't generally read oracle cards in the reversal, and they're still backwards. So, all right. So, I can hold them in my hand. I have smallish hands. I do have a large finger span, but I have smallish hands. So, let's just give these puppies a little cut and bridge and see what happens, shall we? That was terrible. Okay. So they are a little fumbly for someone with my hand size. So if you have smaller hands than I do, this might be a challenge for you. That was pretty. There we go. That was nice and smooth. Let's see how they shuffle on the landscape. On the landscape, they shuffle out really nicely. And on the portrait shuffle, for those of you with really small hands that want to do a portrait style shuffle. So if you don't, like, that's what I call it. So if you're gonna, you know, standard traditional holding your paper this way, this is portrait, this is landscape. So you landscape shuffle is just a general card shuffle. But if you want to portrait shuffle, you're holding them upright in that vertical position. So you can do that more as like a pulling motion to kind of keep them. All right, let's see. What did we do? We have the top card, Florida Waters, and my bottom card was Witch's Wounds. Natural Form, Enchanted Potion, Red Roses, Cleansing, and then Remedy, Magic. You know what? It's kind of funny. I wasn't feeling too swift today. I've been feeling kind of awful, actually. I got a flu shot the other day in preparation for surgery that I'm having. My doctor thought it would be wise to have a flu shot, and I have been feeling very, very down physically. And I just reviewed the Disney Alice in Wonderland Tarot with the red and the white roses, so that was... And I went to see the cardiologist yesterday. Not that any of this has anything to do with the deck, but... All right, so let's see what the guidebook tells us. So I'm dealing with 2 water signs right now in my present state, which everything is very emotional for me right now. I just am having like a moment. So let's see what it says. So the Florida Waters. The first act of cleansing in human lives began with the first bath after birth, and it is only fitting that we continue to use water as the sacral essence of rejuvenation and renewal. That is totally where I'm at. Rejuvenation and renewal. Needing it like more so than anything. When the Florida Water card appears, it is time to take a step back and return to our natural form of spiritual purity and simplicity. So, if there's depth of trouble, stress, anxiety following life, nature is calling you back to remember how you first began. So I'm going to have to take like a serious bath, like a serious like spiritual bath. Just cleansing. Maybe I'll just like get a really, really hot shower and hopefully that'll make me feel better. So, okay. And then the Witch's Wounds. What remedy do you seek? You have all you need at the reach of your hand. Your heart is the wellspring of nature's abundance as you connect with love and grace. Do not fear a life of danger or suffering, but instead fear a life of no growth. Y'all, my word for this coming year for 2022 is growth. Well, it's actually grow. It's not growth, but it's grow. And everything in the last couple days that I've been reading or listening to has been dealing with growth. So yeah, this is definitely, yep, newfound love. gonna call it. I'm gonna call it right now. You'll be seeing these in spreads on my channel very, very soon. I'm just wrapping up some loose ends with some deck reviews and some planning spreads that I am committed to doing for my PR team and so on and so forth. And yeah, all right. So this was kind of a longish video. I didn't want it to be this long, but we got interrupted, and so be it. So until next time, please like and subscribe. If you like this video, definitely hit the like button. If you subscribed, then subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell so that whenever I upload, you get notified, because I don't know, maybe you just want to be part of the Storybook Tarot family. And until I see you again, bye.